Hello there, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of TA with MK. My name is MK. In today's price projection video, we're actually going to be talking about the coin Pendle. If we hop over here to the Bubbles website, we can see over here to my left that Pendle's actually up over 1,300% just in the past year. So it's climbed from the depths of God knows where, whatever position it was in, obviously, a year ago, all the way to, at the time of making this video, according to Crypto Bubbles, it's at position number 94. Now, you'll see as we, talk about this coin, and we're going to use CoinGecko to look up the data for this coin. It's actually just outside of the top 100 on CoinGecko, but nonetheless, it is doing very, very well. So that is the coin that we're going to be talking about in today's video. Doing our best to give you some price projections based on some potential rankings of where this coin might end up at the end of the bull run. As always, if this is sounding interesting to you, please remember to like and subscribe, as it helps the channel, of course, to grow. And now let's talk about Pendle. Alrighty, as is customary in these price projection videos, the first place we're going to begin is CoinGecko.com. Of course, I've searched up the coin Pendle. Now, when I first started making this video, it was actually at position 105. Now I've refreshed the page, it's at 107. So when we get to my actual projections, I've already done the math for 105. I'm sure if I wait 20 minutes and refresh it again, it's going to be at a different position rank. A lot of these coins that are around the, outside of the top 50, essentially, kind of jump in and out of different positions literally every 15 to 20 minutes in some cases, at least every day. So anyway, it was at 105, but we want to write down what its current position rank is, which we're going to go with 105 because that's what it was a little bit earlier today when I was started this video. And then we want to write down what the circulating supply is, which is this number down here that's 154 million and some odd. And then we want to look at the max supply. And if these numbers differ, which most of the time they do, we'll need to do a little research to find out if there's any vesting coming up, any mining done in this coin. We want to just get an idea of what the circulating supply could be at or around the time that we would potentially sell the coin. So for example, if we're projecting that the end of the bull run is, the end of next year, we want to see if we can roughly figure out what the circulating supply would be at that time. Now, as has been my luck recently with a lot of these videos, I keep choosing coins that have, circulating supplies that are kind of difficult to figure out. I really do feel like crypto projects do this on purpose, probably just so that the investors are confused and don't really know if and when coin. I mean, I'm not saying they're all this way. Some coins are very transparent right from the get-go on exactly when everything's going to vest and how much, and you can literally track all 100% of the different allocations without being, confused. Now, this coin, on the other hand, is a little bit different. If you look here, for example, I'm on CryptoRank.io. And it says this is the allocation. This part's normal, but what's weird to me, or what's different and making it kind of difficult to track down exactly how the circulating supply of this coin works, is you go back up here to the top and it shows that 46% of their overall tokens are untracked. Now, I've watched a few videos on Pendle and found out that they reserve, so much of it for a liquidity incentive is what it's called. So right here on the allocation, it shows that 37%, and then I believe it's actually the ecosystem fund, which is the other 9% that makes up this 46. It seems that at any given time, when you go over here to this other chart that I found on token.unlocks.app, it shows the vesting schedule here, kind of, based on all the way up to where they'll all be in circulation, the total supply anyways, or max supply by 2029, kind of shows how that works. That at any given time, like today, for example, it shows that the available supply is 200 and some odd million, but it looks like only so much percent of that, which seems to be right around 40% at a given time, is actually what's in circulation. So I don't know if that'll stay that way forever. I don't like really personally seeing this whole untracked thing. It just doesn't give me a lot of confidence in what if all of a sudden it just all 100% goes into, circulation and there's a lot of sell pressure. Well, the price is obviously going to take a big hit based on that. So I don't know if I consider that a bullish thing, but it also may just be my misunderstanding of exactly how this token works as far as that goes. Alrighty, I digress. Now, enough with that rant. Now, for the sake of this video, what I'm going to actually use for the circulating supply is going to be 171.5 million. And the way that I came up with that is, again, about 60% at any given time it seems to be, as far as the total supply for Pendle, about 60% of that is in circulation. So I just used this website to look at the end of next year, or roughly, and it looks like about 286 million-ish coins will be part of the total supply. So then I use this website here where I can type in what is 60% of 286 million. It was actually 171.6. I'm just going to use 171.5, just a little bit easier number to roll off the tongue. And that's what we'll be using as the circulating supply for the formula. And now comes the fun part where we get to project some prices. So we're over here on my Google Sheets document. Now I'm going to go ahead and roll about a 2-minute clip that I built into each one of these videos that's just going to quickly explain what you're looking at and how I came up with it. Now, if you've already been watching these videos, you can use the chapters below to skip ahead of this next part, but it's important for those of you that are new to my price projection videos to understand what you're looking at here before I go over the actual projections. Roll it. What you're looking at right now is my Google Sheets document. I will leave a link in the description of every one of these price projection videos that I put out. Now I have a full-length video that goes over exactly how I came up with all of this, but just to save those of you the time that probably won't watch that, let me just give you a brief explanation here quickly of how this works. First, what we have here is projected or hypothetical Bitcoin prices ranging between 91,000 and 180,000, and below that in green we have projected total market caps for all of crypto. That would include Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the rest of the altcoins. Up here in a light brown color on the top left, we have projected dominance for each of Bitcoin and Ethereum. For those of you that are new to what that means, all it is in a nutshell is what percentage of the overall crypto market cap, or these total numbers, will Bitcoin and Ethereum actually take up themselves. Then just below the Bitcoin and Ethereum dominance, we have a total 3 projection, which will be the leftover percentage that would be divided amongst the rest of the altcoins not named Bitcoin and Ethereum. So it would be 35% of these each individual projected market caps that would be divided amongst all the rest of the altcoins. And then just below the green projected market caps for crypto based on those Bitcoin prices, we have the most important part of this video, which is these individual projected market caps for each position inside of the top 500, positions 3 through 500. And although not perfect, though nothing ever is when you're trying to project prices, the way that we came up with these is we just looked at the end of the last bull run when crypto peaked, and we looked at each individual position and figured out what the percentage of the overall crypto market cap at that time each position took up, which is what these represent here in orange. So then of course from there we just applied that percentage to these overall crypto market cap projections, which then gave us projected market caps for each of these individual position ranks. Whew, all right, big breath. And then last but not least, if we go over here to formulas, all we have to do is take one of those projected market caps, divide it by the circulating supply of the coin, or the projected circulating supply of the coin at the time you plan to sell, and that'll give you a price projection for that coin. That would of course give you a projected price based on ranking. Just below that, you could actually give a projected ranking based on price. You could have a price target for your coin, times that by the circulating supply, which would of course give you a market cap, which you could then compare over here on the chart and figure out what ranking would likely need to be possible for your coin to reach that price. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the math on the formula for the first price projection for you, and then I'll go ahead and just present the data for some other projections I've come up with. So if we look over here in the blue column, we're looking for rank number 105, which I actually have broken down as 101 through 110, just the average between those positions. And that actually comes up with the first price projection, which is based on 91K Bitcoin, is 1.48 billion. So what we're going to do is type in 1.48 billion, right? And then we're going to put our zeros there. So that's 1.48 billion. And we're going to divide that by the circulating supply that we spoke about in the last segment, which is the 171.5 million. And that's going to give us our first price projection, which is $8.63, we'll call it. Okie dokie, now comes the part you've been waiting for, which is the actual price projections based on possible rankings. Now you can pause the video as I go through each of these to read the individual prices across from the different Bitcoin prices. So for example, here I have 91K, 100, 115, 130, and 150, each with a price across from them. I'm not going to read those as I go through each of these, but you can pause it and look at them. I am going to read the average price for each position rank, and that's based on 117K Bitcoin. So if it stays put at number 105, we have an average price of $11.15. If it moves up to between positions 71 and 80, these are the different projected market caps for that. And the average price for that comes out at $20.45, again, based on 117K Bitcoin. And then if it were to move all the way up to position number 50, which, is completely possible. I don't necessarily myself, you'll see shortly as I give my prediction, have it going that high. But, if you're bullish on it and believe it could do that, these are my projected market caps. And again, the average price based on 117K Bitcoin comes in at $37.22. And then for those of you that are ultra bullish, which obviously obviously someone like maybe the person that requested me to do this video might be, if you're bullish on this coin as well as Bitcoin simultaneously, well, then we have a prediction based on it reaching position 50 again, but Bitcoin reaching 180K, and maybe it even goes higher, but that's the highest projection that I'm doing in these videos. And that gives us a market cap projection of $9.89 billion and a price projection for Pendle of $57.66. And now that brings us over here to the actual chart for Pendle here on Tradingview, and I just want to present those different price projections on the chart here. So we have horizontal lines, yellow, blue, and red, each representing those different price projections we just talked about. So in yellow, coming in at about a 2x would be position number 108, $11.15. Blue coming in at about a 3x from where price is now, which is just a little over $6, and that would be the price of 2045. And then in red, position number 50, which was 37.22, was about a 6x. And then actually, if we scroll all the way up here, we also have in orange that projection of 180K, Bitcoin, position number 50 for Pendle, and that's actually $57.66, which is almost a 10x, about a 9.5x at the time of making this video. So if you're looking for a 10x coin, you know, this is kind of the scenario of how that could play out for Pendle. Finally, just to wrap things up, what is my personal projection or prediction for the price of Pendle for this bull run? Now, like in all my videos, I like to keep these projections pretty, in my opinion at least, pretty conservative. And mainly because Bitcoin, I think, could go much higher than I project. But what I'm projecting here is that Pendle will end up somewhere between position 71 and 80, or at least have a price that is comparable to that level. Even if it's just outside of that, I think the price could still reach what I'm projecting here. Now, this is based on 115K Bitcoin, which is kind of where I think Bitcoin goes, although I do believe it could go higher. And that actually gives us a price of $20, which from where the price was, again, at the time of making this video, at just over $6, would be about a 3x. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end of the video. As always, if you guys are enjoying this content, do me a big favor and remember to hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel to grow and push this video and my other videos to, you know, a wider audience. And if you're enjoying these crypto price projection videos, there should be another one popping up on the screen now, along with the playlist. And as always, have a good day and remember to invest in yourself.